Hello guys and welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to talk about this book called The South Wind from Alexandria Warwick. I just basically read this few days ago and now I want to give you guys my thoughts about the book. I won't be revealing too much about the plot or the whole story because I don't want to ruin anyone's reading experience. But basically I just want to give you a little bit insight what this book is in general about, and also maybe what I really liked about the book, and maybe what there is to be improved or what I didn't really enjoy. So yeah, basically the genre of the book is fantasy and romance, and I have to also say that there is some spicy content there. So yeah, because for me it kind of came out of nowhere. I did not know anything about this book before I borrowed it from my local library. So when I was reading it, it kind of surprised me that there was quite spicy content there. So yeah, then if you like it, it might be for you. If you don't, then you know that there is something like that here. So yeah, basically this book is also a standalone book. So basically for this exact same story there will not be any sequels, at least not to my knowing, but this book belongs into the series of the Four Winds, and basically there is some other books called the North Wind, East Wind and West Wind, and then there is the South Wind. And unfortunately I didn't know about those before I read this book, because this is not the first one. So now I want to read the first ones, and also of course I want to see the last one, that how they are come together. I don't know anything about those books, but I am assuming that they are talking about the brothers of this South Wind, because this South Wind, he is a god of the southern wind, and then he has basically brothers who are gods of the other winds. So at least I'm suspecting that those stories might be telling about his brothers then. So yeah, I think it would be kind of exciting to know about them also a bit more. So what this book is mainly about is it tells about this story about Princess Sarai, and she is basically cursed and she knows she's gonna die soon. Then her kingdom is in danger and she's basically trying her everything to save it. She's going to marry this prince from another kingdom in order to save her own, but then later she will realize that maybe the king is not what they expected and he actually might be a dangerous person. And then there is the South Wind, and the princess and the South Wind, they are actually lovers, and they used to be, but then there is a lot of heartbreak between them. Basically the princess is very heartbroken by the South Wind, and then there will be a lot of this battle between her emotions towards the South Wind, because basically she still loves him, but then she's heartbroken about him or because of him. So then she's kind of having hard time trusting him, and yeah, and also because then there is the other prince that she's supposed to marry. So then she's kind of torn between those two men, and also she has just so many other difficulties because of the kingdom and her own issues. Then she has also a lot of losses in her family, so it is just very hard for her. And I really love that in the book we are able to see how she can actually encounter all of those difficulties and just grow as a person, and then at the end how she's able to like heal herself and learn to love herself again, and also to forgive. So I think like this story is just very great. It's not just about like an adventure or like a romance. It actually has a bigger story and bigger meaning behind it, and it's also like a story about healing and loving yourself. So yeah, there is also gonna be this labyrinth where there is a monster inside, and it is also a very big part of the story. I'm not gonna reveal more about it, but I just have to say that for me it just reminds me a lot of the Greek mythologies, the Minotaur and then the labyrinth, and also because there are these gods, so it also gives me the vibes a bit about the Greek mythology, so I really like that one. I also have to say that I really like the way they have like written the story. Like they reveal a little bit something, and then later on they basically tell you more about it, so you are basically all the time interested in the story, and because you will just learn more and understand more like later on, because they give you the info like bits by bits. So I really like that about the book. I also really like the style. Like I think that the book is very beautiful, like the colors and the flowers and everything, so it's very beautiful in the aesthetics. So yeah, and then there is of course one part that I didn't really like about the book, and that was mainly the intimate parts. uh, I would say that the thing that was like disturbing to me is that I felt like that the style uh, was a bit different in those intimate uh, parts than in the whole main book story. And sometimes they felt a bit forced also. So yeah, that just kind of gave me the like vibe that they are like uh not really like a fit for the story itself in that sense. And also I guess like because those intimate moments, like, or the parts basically, they were very very like in this adult content, so I just felt a bit like it didn't really like fit for the story, because in otherwise they didn't really tell much about those in the book. Like sometimes yes, there was to be seen like the Sarai's lust towards the south wind, but I guess like that maybe those intimate parts could have been written a bit um, less like, how should I say, like not so cringe in that sense. Like they felt so much like from adult content, so I felt like they just didn't fit for the style of the book in that sense. Maybe if the whole book would have been that style, then maybe it would have fitted there better, but then when it just sometimes felt like those are forced and the style it's just suddenly a bit like different from the main story, then yeah, but that's just basically from like my opinion. So yeah, but basically in general I really enjoyed this book, and I definitely will be reading the other books because I want to see like what they are telling about the other winds. So yeah, I hope you guys that this video was helpful, and I will see you in next one. Bye bye.